Hel- Hello, myself Dr. Saloj Mahajan, Associate Professor Botany, MJB College, Indore, MP. Today we will study the family Asteraceae, which is known as Compositae family. It is also known as sunflower family. This sunflower family is the Asteraceae is the largest dicot family, which is having the two subfamilies, 13 tribes, and the so many genres, that is the number of genres is very large, 1911, and the species there are the 32,913 species well known today. As you know that the let us study the identification character. How can you identify the composite family members or say Asteraceae family members with the help of their identification characters? The important identification characters, they are the this family have the uh, three habits which is important: herb, shrub, and rarely trees. In this family, the mostly the dominating habit is the herb habit, and second is the leaves. The leaves is alternate and rarely opposite. They are the exstipulate and rarely they are the stipulate. So the leaves, they are the alternate and stipulate. Come to the important character, which is the most identification character, is the inflorescence. In this family, the inflorescence is head or capitulum. Head or capitulum. This head or capitulum, which is surrounded by the braids, so many large braids which are colored and attractive. In this head or capitulum, in the later stage, we will study the two types of florets. On the periphery, the ray florets, and in the center, disc floret. So, in the inflorescence, two types of florets they are present. Come to the flowers. In this family, the flower is very minute. So, they are known as the florets. Two types of flowers, or say two types of florets, ray florets and disc floret. They are these florets. They are the pentamerous, bisexual or unisexual, actinomorphic or zygomorphic, which is see in the later stage. The next is the calyx. This calyx, they are the very short, they are very small, just like a pappus. This is the very advanced family of the Gamopetalae. The petals, they are the corolla, which is Gamopetalous. Then stamens, they are the number of stamens is 5. Number of stamens 5s. They are epipetalous, which is attached to the stamens. Stamens, they are attached to the petals. They are stamens, they are the anthers are diathecous, filament free, but anthers are united. The anthers, they are fused. This condition is known as syngenesious condition. In this family, the anthers, they are the syngenesious. Their anthers are fused, but the filaments are free. This condition is known as syngenesious condition. Then come to the next, that is the ovary. Ovary is unilocular, inferior, and with the basal placentation. So these are the important characters. On the basis of these important characters, we can identify the plants which belong to the family Compositae or Asteraceae. Then distribution of the family. The plants of this family, they are present everywhere. They are unanimously present in the all part of the earth. These families having the 950 genera, and this is the 20,000 species. In India, the 697 species are present. They are worldwide distributed. They are found in cold region also, hot region also, and everywhere. In all environmental conditions, the plants of this family will grow. So this is the reason the distribution of this family in the all over the parts of the world. Let us come start with the vegetative characters. We will study the characters, vegetative characters of the family, that is the Compositae or Asteraceae. The dominating habit is the herb habit. The examples of this herb habit is the Aziratum, Lectula, Dahlia, Soncus arvensis. These are the plants which you will show everywhere in the field in the wild conditions. Come to the shrub. The shrub, these are the two examples which showing the shrub habit, Inula and Senecio. In this family, the trees are very rare. Vernonia seneri is the herb, but the Vernonia arborea is the example of tree uh, which is showing the habit of tree. In this family, the adaptations is very well. So many plants they are present in the xerophytic conditions. For example, Prosutita. This is the plant which is found in the xerophytic conditions where the temperature is very high. On the other hand, the hydrophytes, they are the these hydrophytes they which are present in the aquatic conditions or present in the water. The example is Cotula, and the semi-aquatic conditions, that is the Castula. So these are the habit which shows that the wide range the habit. Then we will discuss the root. The roots, they are the branched type root. In some cases, for example in Dahlia, the root is modified into tubers, which is storage food in the which is used as a edible. Then come to the stem. The stem is both types, erect or prostrate, herbaceous or woody, means erect as well as prostrate, herbaceous or woody. In Artemisia, you will find the uh, stem is woody. Hairy, sometimes latex is present. In some cases, you will the latex is present. The stems of tubers is also present just like in Helianthus. These tubers are edible. For example, Helianthus tuberosus. The stem is cylindrical, glabrous, solid or fistular. Fistular means hollow. In some cases, for example, Becoris, the stem is modified into leaf-like structure. So these are the characters of the stems which is found in the family of Compositae. Then leaf. This leaf is radical, colline, petiolate or sessile. Both characters present, may be petiolate or may be sessile. Exstipulate, simple. Sometimes it is scale-like. It is reduced in Senecio. Alternate. Mostly the Phyllotaxy in this family is alternate, but in some cases it is opposite. In Xenia and Dahlia, the Phyllotaxy is opposite, but in other cases, mostly the other cases, the Phyllotaxy is alternate. Estivation is unicostate reticulate variation, but in sometimes the multicostate reticulation variation is also seen in some genera. Then come to the floral characters. After vegetative character, we will study the floral characters. The inflorescence. This is the special type of inflorescence which is found in the family Asteraceae, that is the head or capitulum. This head or capitulum is consist of florets. There are two types of florets. One is ray florets which is found on the periphery, and another is the disc floret which is found in the center. These two florets, they are surrounded by a bracts which is known as involucre bracts. These bracts, they are the protective, they protect the florets from the different conditions. These florets, they are perform the functions of protection. Let us study the example of Helianthus anus, that is the sunflower. This sunflower, the outer peripheral florets, they are the ligulate. Ligulate means the corolla, they are in the form of ligule and strap-like structure, and they are the zygomorphic, which is found on the periphery, that is the ray floret. In the center, disc floret is present. This is, see, disc floret, they are the actinomorphic, bisexual, and they having the florets, they are known as the disc floret. Then these on the basis of presence of florets, disc floret and ray florets, the head inflorescence, they are the three types. First is the heterogamous or radiated head. Hetero, that is the name indicate, the hetero means different. Two types of florets is present. Outer is ray floret, which are ligulate and zygomorphic. In the center, you will find the disc floret, which are tubular and actinomorphic. The example is sunflower, Helianthus anus. You can easily see the outer ray floret, which is yellow in color, ligulate and zygomorphic. In the center, you will find the disc floret, which is tubular and actinomorphic. This is the very common head or head inflorescence which is found in the Compositae family. The second type is the homogamous, means all florets, they are in say equal in size and equal in shape, which is, that is the ligulate. All florets, they are the in the ligulate form, they are zygomorphic and all are alike. The example is Sonchus arvensis. In Sonchus arvensis, you will find the homogamous ligulate head inflorescence. The third type is the homogamous non-referred or discoid head. In this type of head, discoid head, you the all flowers, they are the tubular, actinomorphic, and all are in same pattern or same in the condition, that is the tubular and actinomorphic. The example is the Azeratum coniozoides. So three types of head inflorescence found in the family Compositae or Asteraceae. Number one is the heterogamous, that is the Helianthus anus, sunflower. Second is the homogamous, that is the ligulate head, example Sonchus arvensis. Third is homogamous non-radiate or discoid heads, the example is Azeratum coniozoides. Then come to the these are the showing the two types of floret. On the periphery, you will find the ray floret, and in the center, you will find the disc floret. This is the example of Chrysanthemum, that is the inflorescence, bracts, that is the involucre bract, receptacle. This receptacle, on this receptacle, all florets, they are the present, and they form a rounded structure, that is the head or capitula. Then flower. In the flower, the flower is very minute, that is the small in structure, that's why they are known as the floret. The characters of flowers, they are the bracteate, sessile, complete or incomplete. Both in case of say ray florets, the flower is incomplete, and in case of disc floret, the flower is complete. So the flowers are unisexual as well as bisexual, depending upon the example. Pentamerous, tubular, which is present in the center, that is the actinomorphic flowers, they are tube-like structures, tubular. On the periphery, the ligulate flower, which is the say zygomorphic, which is present in the periphery, that is the zygomorphic. All florets, they are the epigynous. The ovary is inferior, the all flowers are epigynous and inconspicuous. Inconspicuous means they are the very small in size. Let us first study the ray floret. These ray florets, they are the ray florets which is found on the periphery. They are zygomorphic, ligulate, pistillate or neuter. May be female or may be absent. Sometimes bisexual also seen in the ray floret case. No doubt they are the epigynous. Then come to the calyx. This calyx is modified into papers. They are the scale-like structures which help in the dispersal of the seeds, that is by the parachute mechanism. Then corolla. This corolla is 5 petals, number of petals 5. Number of petals 5. Gamopetalous. All petals, they are fused. highly colored. They are colored, attractive, and they are the ligulate, means they attract the insect for pollination. They are step size and the estimation showing the valvate. This is the example you show. This is the ray floret and this is the disc floret. This disc floret showing the ligulate, bilobed stigma, style, anther which is united or syngenesis conditions, and this is the pappus, that is the calyx which is modified, which help in parachute mechanism, and the ovary which is inferior. This diagram shows the ovary is inferior and all floral parts they are the superior. In this floret you will find the bifid stigma, syngenesis anthers, this is the corolla, pappus and ovary. So these are the two types of floret which is present in the composite. Then come to the say disc floret. In disc floret the flower is bracteate, complete, hermaphrodite, actinomorphic. In the center the disc floret is complete, bisexual, actinomorphic. This is the difference between the ray floret and disc floret. The ray floret they are the incomplete, maybe pistillate or neuter. They are unisexual. Only one sex is present, maybe female, and actinomorphic. The ray florets they are the zygomorphic. Both are epigynous, tubular in the form. This is the difference between the disc floret and ray floret. Then calyx. This calyx is modified into a pappus, which is persistent, means always present with the seed also and fruit also. That is the pappus which is persistent. Persistent means attached for the long time. Corolla, number of petals 5. Gamopetalous, just like tube-like structure, that is the tubular, and color, different colored for the then androecium, number of stem is 5. Epipetalous, they are attached with the petals. Syngenesis, the anthers they are fused but the filaments are free. This condition is known as the syngenesis condition. Anther diphthecus, intros, dehiscence longitudinally. Then come to the gynoecium. This gynoecium is bicarpellary syncarpous, ovary inferior, unilocular with single anatropous ovule, that is the basal placentation. Style single, simple, long, and stigma is bifid, that is the just two stigma is present. This is the come to the floral formula and floral diagram. This floral formula and floral diagram, you see this is the disc floret which is showing the yellow in color. On the outer side the number 1, that is the pappus, which is very small, number 4 which is the pappus, which is very large in number and they are very small structures. Then second is the corolla, which is 5 in number, which are fused gamopetalous conditions and showing the epipetalous, so showing the valvate aestivation. Anthers, the stamens are 5. All anthers they are united, joined and attached with the petals, that is the epipetalous condition. In the center you will find the ovary which is showing the basal placentation and single ovule. This is the disc floret. And in ray floret, which is ligulate, that is the strap-like structures, in this only ovary is present. This is the outer side. You will find the pappus. In the after pappus, you will see the corolla. This corolla on the one side they form the ligule-like structure which is yellow in color. In the ray florets, these florets they are in the sunflower. You see the sunflower. These ligulate form or say ray florets which attract the insect for pollination. And this is the unisexual flower. This is the zygomorphic unisexual floret which is present periphery of the sunflower or Helianthus anus. This is the floral diagram and floral formula. In ray floret you will find the bracteate, zygomorphic, unisexual, that is the female, that is the ovary is present. Calyx in the form of pappus. Corolla 5 or 3 gamopetalous. Androecium 0 because androecium is absent. Unisexual flower is there. Gynoecium bicarpellary, syncarpus, ovary superior, in ovary inferior. In the inferior case, you will find the line above the G. In disflorate, you will find the flower floret is bracteate, actinomorphic, bisexual, calyx in the form of pappus, calyx, pappus, corolla, number 5, both 5 petals, all they are unite, that is the gamopetalous. Androecium 5 stamens, they are showing syngenaceous conditions. Corolla and stamens both are unite, showing the epipetalous condition. Gynoecium bicarpellary, syncarpus, ovary inferior. So these are the two floret which is present in the family Asteraceae, ray floret and disflorate. The difference between the ray floret and disflorate is the ray floret is a zygomorphic, disflorate is actinomorphic. Ray floret is unisexual, disflorate is bisexual. Calyx present in both, corolla present in both. Androecium is 0 because it is a unisexual. Here is the androecium 5 syngenesis condition. Gynoecium in both condition, both floret same, bicarpellary, syncarpus, ovary inferior. So this is the important floral diagram and floral formula. Then come to the advanced characters. This family, Asteraceae family, is the most advanced family of the angiosperm, and it is considered the highest position in the plant kingdom. In this family, as you know that the maximum number of genera is 950, and the species, they are the more than 2000. The members of this family, they are worldwide distribution. Everywhere in the world you can find the plants of this member. Mostly the dominating habit is herbaceous. This herbaceous habit is annual, biennial or perennial. The next character is the leaves. These leaves, they are the existipless, alternate, opposite or whirl. Dominating is the alternate, opposite or whirl is also so. These florets which is present in the inflorescence, they are the minute in structures. They are the very small in structures, and they are protected by involucral bract, that is the which protect the bud. These flowers, the florets, they are the sessile, small and inconspicuous. Inconspicuous means they are the very small in structure. The next is the flower. These flowers, they are arranged in the form of capitulum or say head inflorescence. They are arranged in flowers. They are arranged in the form of capitulum or inflorescence, which is the special character of this family. The another character, that is the pappus. The flowers, two types of flowers is present in this, both epigynous flower. The flowers is zygomorphic as well as actinomorphic. The peripheral flower, that is the zygomorphic, and in the center you will find the actinomorphic flower. The calyx, this calyx, they are present in the form of pappus, which is help in the parachute mechanism, that is the dispersal of the seeds, which is present in the ray floret, that is the in the form of pappus like structure. Corolla. This corolla is a gamopetalous and tube-like structures, which is also an important character, which is the advanced character according to the. This number of stamens is very small, that is the number of stamens 5. Epipetalous and syngenaceous condition. Syngenaceous condition means all stamens, they are unite and the filaments are free. Gynoecium bicarpellary, syncarpus, and ovary is inferior. This inferior ovary is showing the advanced character. The number of ovule reduced, that is the single ovule is present. Placentation is basal, which is also an advanced character. Basal placentation is the highly advanced placentation. Then fruit is simple, Cypsela fruit. In this Cypsela fruit, you will find a fine bristles-like structures, that is the papers, which help in mechanism of fruit dispersal or say seed dispersal by the help of wind. Wind pollination is there with the help of parachute mechanism. These seeds, they are the non-endospermic. These seeds, this is the non-endospermic, which is also a advanced characters. Uh, Due to the small flower, that is the size of the flower is small, the material need for the development of a flow rate is need very low from the nature. So the material is saved, and there are multiplication also, there are number of pollen grains or number of formation of fruits, they are very in large. So in this way, these are the some important characters, these are the some important characters which showing the this family is very advanced family. So according to characters, on the basis of characters, these characters showing the family Asteraceae or say Compositae is the advanced family of the Angiosperm, and especially in Dicotyledons regarding as the advanced family as a Angiosperm, Dicotyledons, and highly advanced family which showing the these are the some important characters which indicate the family is very advanced. So this is all about the family Asteraceae or Compositae, which showing the some characters related to the taxonomy. Thank you.